Welcome to the Old Horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes and one of the great settings in all of college football. Boy, the scarlet and gray already rocking this house. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. As we'll see, the Alabama Crimson Tide taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Buckeyes will put total leather and we'll get started. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll try the run. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up one or two.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass, it's Marshall. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in. It's Arnold. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
Well, you love to see this on the first drive of the game, right? 3rd down, go back to the old faithful, the slant pass, something you put in on day one install back in spring practice. Executed perfectly, keep this drive alive.
To the ground with the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Running toward the tape. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
I mean, talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of the football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The offense lining up for a first down play. Leaves it with the back. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The give to the left. The Buckeyes pick up the first down.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Looking to move it through the air. Quick completion on the out route. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for room, it's Sanders. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
I know the passing game sells, and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give out of the gun. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. The Buckeyes get enough to move the chains.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Won't back down from anyone. Delivers the blow and gets it to the 29.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
The give to the running back from the shotgun.
And already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards and was able to pick up the 1st on that last carry. They should keep feeding him the football. The more success they have, it's going to open up the play-action game.
They'll run the option. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
The Buckeyes looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And he intercepts it. Looking for more room. He's inside the 40. Running inside the 20. Waltzes into the end zone, but he might be dancing the other way. There's a flag on the field.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
That is a costly penalty on this defense. Now they're dealing with a 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the 1st down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
They're not into 3s. They want 6s. And to keep this drive alive, they'll need to get it on 4th down. He'll toss it. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down and you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward if they're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Marshall. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
One final play before the end of the quarter. Defense looks like they're coming. On 3rd down, going up top. Going to take a shot. Snatches it on the run. They finally make the stop, and what a fantastic way to finish off this 1st quarter after that play.
Alabama 7, Ohio State 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. Movement here from the tight end. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Strong run, picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. 3rd and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? A designed run for the quarterback. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down. Alabama pushing the tempo. Now on the move. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Looks as if he's going to run it. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. I guess the good news on that penalty is at least the defense didn't have to back up that far. It's still 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Marshall. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, the field position was bad, the finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job by the offensive coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Set to kick this one away.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They go to the ground. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
This running back just doesn't go down easily. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him. And just, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
Safe completion on the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on 1st down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Wide out in motion. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. The give to the tailback. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
This quarterback part of their running game. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the 1st down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
And 1st half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people will say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Out of the gun, they give to the back. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. And the pass is intercepted. Trying to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a man. It's Marshall. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and they forced the incompletion.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the middle. And the ball is picked off. He'll try to take it back. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Got the back over the middle. Bounced off his feet. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. No one in the vicinity as he makes the grab. Touchdown, Buckeyes! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Getting set for the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Central Michigan is in trouble. Check that. They're in a world of trouble because unless I'm reading that scoreboard wrong, that does not look very good. They're trailing by 21 to Wake Forest. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes that Alabama offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this way.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. To the air, it's Marshall. Throws to the tight end. Pulls it in. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. A big gain there as they did a tremendous job working the middle of the field.
Yeah, and if you're going to complete that throw, Reese, quarterbacks have got to play with anticipation. You've got to get it out of your hands early and give your receiver an opportunity before the defense gets to the ball.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Small game, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Turns it loose. Complete to the right. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. They'll run it from the gun. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
I feel like the defense right now is living rent-free in this QB's head. Of course, they picked him off the last drive. They almost picked him off right there. This defense doing a nice job mixing up their looks, and they're completely confusing.
Dropping back, it's Marshall. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Right down the middle. He's got an open man. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, Ohio State.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Going to try to get it himself. He makes the catch. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. Just enough time for one final play of the half. From the gun, running back on the move. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Wide open downfield. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the offense. Looking to pass on 2nd down. He lobs one high down the left side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Offensive players know where the ball is going. Defensive players don't. Great job by the DB adjusting to the football, seeing it, playing the wide receiver, and making sure he can't catch the football.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
He'll field the punt and look for room. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
Here comes the offense on 1st down. The inside handoff. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. The offense in hurry up mode. Defense might bring the house here. Wants to throw. It's Marshall. Coming after him. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Alabama.
Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? To the ground to try to pick up the first. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior.
Well, no surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. This is a designed run. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. Offense lining up quickly. A run for the quarterback. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down. Alabama quickly back to the line.
And with another big play, he's over the 100-yard mark. And a lot of times when you look in the box score at the end of the game, whoever rushes for 100 yards, a lot of times they win the football game. This guy's been able to create big plays, and that's why his team's been successful on offense.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Catch in the middle, it's Gore. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3.
That's why the bullet pass is so important. Sometimes these defenses, they don't give you big windows to throw into, and you want to take that chance, but you cannot lob that football down the field and get it in there. Nice use of the bullet pass, my friend.
The Crimson Tide snaps it from the red zone. Wants to throw on 3rd. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete and the defense holds.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play in. You've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive. He's not able to come up with it.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1, 2, 3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive.
And he's running in the open. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 48. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Listen, a lot of time, tips and deflections are because you got great eyes and vision on the quarterback. You see him release the football, you break on it, you tip that thing, and make sure the receiver can't get it.
The run from the shotgun. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the 2nd level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Got his man quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
After that last completion, it's 2nd down. stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's got him in the flat.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Alabama! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking 4th down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Kent State is currently ahead inside a jam-packed Dick Stadium, but the Golden Flashes have not been able to separate themselves offensively. They're up by 7 over Bowling Green. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
They stop him after a short game. Probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. And the Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. Slips through the line. Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Here comes that Alabama offense. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, 3rd down, 4th down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking downfield, it's Marshall. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And and that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Pressure coming. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the 1st down.
You know, you hear the term nickel so much. Most people stay a nickel most of the time because of all the speed in college football and running quarterback. And you see why it pays dividends. More speed on the field when the QB does take off to go get him on the ground and force a 4th down.
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down to the 24. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Handoff from the shotgun. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
That middle linebacker just wanted it more, man. He came right up the middle. He was able to beat and cross the offensive lineman's face and work his way to the QB.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
Man, defensively, this is beautiful. You want them to be aggressive. You got to continue to get stops. You got the lead. Now you give the ball back to your offense again with a chance to salt this away here in the 2nd half.
Well, no mystery on that play call, right? You got the lead late in the game. You've got the ball back on the other side of the 50 on your opponent's side, and so you're just going to run it. And it's fine if they know that. You just want to stay on the field and bleed this clock, and you got to start thinking about where are your best runner runs. Which side of this offensive line is the strongest? Which guys defensively do you want to attack so you can take as much time off the clock as possible?
Using his feet. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Lining up to convert 3rd down. On the move. Alabama pushing the tempo. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. They move the tight end all over. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And here comes the field goal unit. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is even bigger. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The offense set for a first down play. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Now improvising. Reels it in down the left side. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Quarterback moving. Trying to make magic on the scramble.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets them a first at the 29.
They came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
Really effective concept against the zone there, and it helps all the more, David, when you have a tight end that can get downfield.
No doubt. Take your tight end, put him in the slot, makes it easier, better matchup. Now he's got a good corner route. You can tell, sticks his foot in the ground, quarterback puts it up there. Know he's got zone, know he's got the big fella. He goes up, catches the football, makes the big game.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
I mean, some people just have a knack for the football, and he's one of those guys, and he just gets the swat right there, but he's in the top 10 in the nation in interceptions for a reason. Just such a great feel for the passing game and where guys are. It's fun to watch him play defense.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. It's complete! And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short. Might as well go big or go home. They need a touchdown, and it looks like they're on their way home anyway. They'll go for it on fourth down. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. There is no point in a field goal here, so the offense stays on the field on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on fourth down.
And the offensive line has to do a better job protecting their man. It's fourth down. He needs some time to make a play. The defense brings the blitz, beats the offensive line, and gets the big sack.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And the offense got away with one there. That was supposed to be a running back screen. Instead, the quarterback threw it somewhere else. With all the offensive line running way down the field, they're lucky that wasn't a penalty.
Now facing third and short from their own 17. They'll try to get it through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Arnold. Can anyone catch him? He's at the 20. He's at the 10. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
And guys, the defense's head might be spinning a little bit after giving up that huge gain on the first play. Trying to pound their way in. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Second and goal for the offense.
Let's go.
Back to throw, it's Marshall. Touchdown tie! And the pummeling has started. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. ULM is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Malone Stadium, but they've struggled to really pull away. They're up by 4 over Southern Miss. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do.
Trying to burn this defensive back. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
He'll pull it down and run. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. He'll come out throwing on first down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Shoots it to the left. Another incompletion on third down.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the fourth quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. The Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. Comes out throwing on first down. They're trying to get to it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Second and 10, he'll throw again. Fires to the right. Oh, so close to paying off. The tip really had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
The number one objective for our defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes on.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence, and it's really important for these players to go out, work hard in practice, and see that hard work really pay itself off on game day. This is a team that's really starting to believe in itself.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.